gonna do another quick 20-30 minute live, but hopefully we get one that was like yesterday. Um, I don't know. It's just like annoying where it's just like we don't talk about anything. Like if I just keep saying hi for 30 minutes, it's not gonna be fun. Always ruining it. I can't believe you. What? I mean, I only have like 30 minutes. I guess I have more, but I don't want to keep you waiting. Yeah, always considering you. But yeah, we'll wait for people to join. Live yesterday was crazy. I had like the most views I've ever seen on one, especially for such a short one. So hopefully we can keep that up today. But yeah, I'm reading Kafka books. Should be done with that in the next few days. I'm gonna film a video tomorrow. It's gonna be a little different. It's gonna be the books that I'm getting my family members and why I'm getting them, because I think that's just a cool thing. Like, I mean, I suggest a ton of books, but like these are like personalized recommendations. So I think that is gonna be an interesting thing to start exploring. I'm gonna start doing more like videos of like read this book if you have this problem, read these few books if you want to learn these sets of skills. I think that is an avenue to start exploring. There's just so many cool things to do with this channel. I think not even like they're not even gonna be like gimmicky. It's not gonna be like, oh, the 10 best books you can read that are gonna set you up. Like, no, it's not that. We're gonna do more interesting things. We're gonna like actually try to, you know, inspire people to go read and stuff. But yeah, it looks like people just joined. How is everyone tonight? Hope everyone's having a good night. Hopefully we get a good crowd in here. What's up, Ellie? You're live recommended here from Brazil. That's cool. That's cool. What's up, Ramertan? Hope I said that right. Chemo, yes. And that's just insulting to people that have cancer, but yeah, keep saying that. Mom is gone. Okay. What's up, Megan? I'm good. How are you? Can't really complain. Damn, we had 28 people in here. That's kind of cool. It's weird, like, seeing numbers that high, because I've been streaming for so long with, like, 10 people here. What's up, Mr. Holloway? How's everything? Damn, it's crazy, that many people already. It's just weird. Like, it's not that, like, it's, like, an imposter syndrome, but it's just, it's like things are starting to work. So it's an awesome feeling. But yeah, you guys read anything interesting recently? I've really just been reading Kafka. I don't know what about his style I love so much, but it just always gets you thinking. It just always oh God, Christina's here. What's up, Wyatt? You're very beautiful, thank you. Christina, where have you been? I've just like I honestly thought you were in prison. Like the fact that you weren't here for a few days, I was just like, she must be locked up. I don't know. I don't know. Like, you scare me. That's all I can say. You scare me. Was your birthday on the 11th? Oh, that's cool. Was it the 15th? It's a good birthday to have 11. What popped off? Let's hear it. Spill the tea here, Christina. This is what we're here for. We're here to give you a therapy session, all of us. Can I be a mod? Sure, I have no mods. Well, you retracted it, so I'm not making a mod now, but... You don't want to be your cellmate? Yeah, probably. What? You got in contact with your parents? Oh, okay. I mean, hopefully everything is good. It's a tough situation. I know you were explaining a little bit of it, but you didn't go into detail, so I won't I won't make you share. Where do you live? I live in the U.S. They asked you to come live with them. Are you gonna come live with them or no? You're just gonna stay doing what you're doing. What's up, Manish? I hope I said that right. Where are you from? I'm from the U.S. Then your best friend and you got in a fight, like fist fight. Is it still over your ex? Bro, what? What the hell? What's up, Powerpuff Princess? How's everything? Oh, you're in Oregon? Okay. Bro, what the? You got a restraining order? How'd you get a restraining order? Please explain. I need to know. Like you can't just leave me hanging on this one. You look like my mom. I mean, your mom has a beard. That's interesting. Your mom must be a very beautiful woman. That's I don't. Christina, please explain. Please explain. Like what happened? What happened? She's buff. Oh, okay. Strong woman, right? Yeah, Larry. It was a woman's name, so I'm like, I didn't ban it. It was. It could have been worse. I was died. No, what I genuinely I felt so uncomfortable. Like I don't know if you were getting secondhand embarrassment, but I was just like, this is like a fully grown individual saying these things to me, and they think it's gonna work. Like I was just like, this is. I'd rather just stop streaming than ban that person. You know what I mean? Homeless. Damn. What's a Duramax? She brought her parents to school, and the police. Yeah. I mean, it's tough when you're in. It's tough when you're in high school. There's not really like you can't really do much with a restraining order. She used to beat people's asses. I mean, she sounds like a real sweetheart. That's awesome. Yeah, it's there's like a fine line of being funny and being weird. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, okay. I was thinking it was a car. I just never heard of it. Like, there's like a line where you're just like, I don't, I don't know what to say to this. Like, yeah, I honestly, I was like, this is perfect time. I felt like ending it anyway, so it was really just like divine timing. See you next session. Okay. Christina, were you like harassing her or something? Like, what did you do? Because you can't get a restraining order without some cause. Like, there needs to be some evidence of stalking. There needs to be some evidence of physical violence. Like, there needs to be some history. Generally speaking, sometimes like you can get a judge that's gonna give it, but there still has to be some incident. Yeah, the beer breath, dude. I don't. Have you ever been talking to a girl and like she's just breathing on you and you just like smell the alcohol? You're like, oh, this is gross. Like I just think like there's a moment when I was like distinctly remember that I'm like, oh, like never look at them the same. She kept going to the teacher saying I'm gonna fight her. Were we telling her that you were gonna fight her? You sloppy woman with bad breath. That's such a funny statement. Like that image just popped in my head instantly. I mean, it's just like when you like when I think about it, I'm just like, was that me at some point? You know what I mean? Like you have to realize that you were that sloppy drunk at one point. At one point, you were that gross. I don't know. I stopped going to bars for the longest time. Like every time I go back, I'm just like, why did I used to like this so much? Why did it used to be so much fun? It just kind of seems weird. You know what I mean? Have you read Terrence McKenna books? Someone's been telling me to read those. I'll pick them up at some point. Hold on, let me look them up again, just so it's in my search history. Terrence McKenna. Yeah, a lot of people have been telling me to read his stuff. So we've been sober for 9 years now. But I continue serving. That's cool. It's like, have you ever seen the show Cheers, where the guy was an alcoholic and he like bought a bar, and then he becomes a bartender? That's what that reminds me of. Don't. Why do you want to fight her? She has a restraining order on you. Like, isn't that restrictive enough on your life that like you should just like, I give up? You know what I mean? Fear the gods. You're an alcoholic, struggling to get out of it. I mean, just keep your head up. That's all I can say. It's not gonna be easy. Like, I mean, I think people seek stuff from substances. They seek stuff from external sources, but what you're really looking for is yourself. And it's like, I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah, just keep your head up. Just keep trying to work through it. Rome wasn't built in a day. It's not. It's not something that can be overcome easily, but when you do, it's gonna mean the world to you. I'm not a Cardi fan. I'm not in my room. Yeah, Cheers is such a good show. I watch it back and I'm like, you're just like, wow, they actually used to know how to write. Now you watch a TV show today and you're like, this is horrendous. Like, how is someone getting paid millions of dollars to write this? It's just so frustrating. Yeah, man, it's like, I think it's like we have to go through dark chapters of our life to see how far we can really push ourselves, see how strong we really are, and it's just, I think when we realize that everything kind of falls into place. Stranger Things is amazing. I've never seen it. Is it good? I'll watch it at some point. Christina, you just have to relax, man. Like, why, if you already have a restraining order and you go violate the restraining order, you realize you go to jail, right? You realize that? Like, restraining orders are put in place so that crazy people like you don't do crazy shit. And all you gotta do is follow it, and it's not a big deal. You can rather watch shows. Yeah, I like literally watched was it Red One last night? They spent like $300 million on it. They paid The Rock $50 million. One of the worst movies I've ever seen. What's up, Kenzie? How's it going? She got your classes changed because you were threatening to fight her. Like, what do you expect, man? It's like, I don't know what to tell you. Don't mess with her brother, bro. Just leave it be. Like, things aren't that deep. Don't ruin your life because someone inconvenienced you. You know what I mean? Like, are you gonna run someone off the road and fight them because they cut you off in the middle of the road? It just doesn't make sense. Happy Christmas, Light Free. Cool poster. Is that the name of this comment? You're gonna ruin your life because someone cut you off. You ever thought about hair transplant? I wouldn't get one. Anything, I just shave my head all the way. I'm just lazy. I don't care about my appearance though, so it's just like, I don't know. A lot of people like talk about how turkey's really cheap, but there's no malpractice insurance. And it's like, I don't know. I don't really believe in surgery as it is. I don't believe that you need external healing for the body. I think the body can heal itself. So. Yeah, don't ruin your life due to someone else's actions. That's I've been trying to tell Christina that for like months now, and yeah, it's not. Oh, greetings from. I'm not gonna leak my city, but yeah, that's cool that you're in Dallas. Are you a Cowboys fan? I don't listen to Playboy Cardi. Again, this is not my room. Christina, you're not even a mod. You have no say. What's up, Kylan? How's everything? Go Chargers. Didn't they lose? I don't know. You in Dallas? I'm not in Dallas. No, I am not an NBA fan. Damn, bro. I feel bad for the Cowboy fans, honestly, because like, dude, Jerry Jones is running that organization into the ground. What do you think, right? I'll see you, Crow. You're a Giants fan? Yes, I'm in a P. Diddy party. How did you know? It's the funniest joke I've ever heard. No, Christina, I'm not. I would never listen to anything you say. Like the last person I'm gonna take advice from is the person that like burns their ex boyfriend's clothes, sends them a video and says there's no evidence it was me. That's not who I'm gonna take advice from. I'm sorry to break it to you. Where are you from? I'm from the U.S. She's nice. All she's doing is asking me moderator. She only asked once. I would have made her moderator. Don't matter if he cheated on you. Doesn't mean you commit crimes, bro. If someone fucks with you, just leave them alone. Doesn't mean you have to commit a crime to show how much you're upset by them. Like that's just nonsense. I don't I don't know what world that's justified. With your best friend, okay, cool. That means you have a bad best friend. Like I don't know what to tell you. That doesn't mean possibly put yourself in prison, possibly get yourself charges where you won't be able to get a job in the future because of like it's just it's good to be overconfident. So, see, the thing about Neville Goddard is you don't have to take it in a fantastical way. You could take it in the manner that like everything first is formed through thought and it's not even a mystical thing. It's just changing your assumption of self, changing your self image, changing how you project yourself to the world, changing the confidence you bring into each and every room. Like if you do that literally every single day, just slowly improve your confidence, slowly improve how you project yourself into the world, like you will see results. Your life will get better. Maybe you don't get like the most insane results. Maybe you don't get $1 million lottery ticket or whatever, but like still it's going to add up over time. For the world from Russia with love. What are you, James Bond? James Bond villain? Just gets you in trouble long term. Yeah, fighting is never worth it. Read the power now. What's it about? See you in 24 hours, yeah. Bro, I mean, like, if you ask me to be a mod once, maybe, but don't ask me 1,000 times. It's just it gets annoying. Like, why do you want to be a mod so bad? I've never seen it. You know what I mean? The power of now. I'll look it up right now. The power of now. Yeah, this looks like something I would read. Okay, yeah, this is definitely. Thanks for that. Thanks for the book. I'll read it at some point. What are you trying to look up? What? Should your opinion of yourself be well balanced rather than fantastical? I think you need a positive sense of self. And everyone has such a negative sense of self that they're limiting themselves. And like you almost have to be delusional in what you believe about yourself because it's going to counterbalance with what everyone else is telling you. You know what I mean? But it's not like it's not like a selfish ego. It's not an ego of being like, oh my god, I'm so much better than everyone else. It's like I know I can do whatever I want if I stick my mind to it. Like you know what I mean? Like being righteous about it. Just believing that like whatever challenge is in front of you, you can get through it. It's believing that, and that's I don't think that's ridiculous for anybody to believe. I think that if you stick your mind to something and you really think about it and you really work towards it, you can get it achieved. It's just so many people get discouraged day in and day out, and I get what you're saying where it's like you can kind of be egotistical, but it's not about ego. You know what I mean? It's just about changing who you believe yourself to be. I don't know what poster is behind me. Oh, this? Yeah, this is in my room, so. Greetings from Luxembourg. You're in the Matrix? Okay, cool. You don't answer my question. What is your question? I didn't see it. Shout out Jeremy. What is the clock in your country? It's 8:30. My bad. Oh, what's up, Fluffy Kitty? Whose room are you in? Don't worry about it. It's a secret. You ever feel lost? I think you're supposed to feel lost. There's a. There's like, I think if you know what you're going to do next, then life's not fun. If there's no mystery, if there's no confusion, if you don't know what's going to happen, I think that's what really adds to the journey. There's the saying by Tolkien that not all who wander are lost. It's about enjoying the journey. It's about experiencing each moment. I think that's a good way to approach things. Or be secretive with randos. I don't know, it's just more fun. No, I've never heard of the Lord of the Rings, dude. Is that a new one? Hi, how's it going? It's not gonna make you arrogant if you just do it righteously. I see what you're saying. Where for most people, it's not a good thing. But I'd rather have people believe in themselves more than they should. You know what I mean? Like that's just a sacrifice that you're willing that you should make. I think it's I think that's something that's worth more than anything else. And of course, if you're arrogant, of course, if you're egotistical, of course, if you're like pissing people off with how much you believe in yourself, like that's not a good thing. Like you shouldn't have to project your self worth externally because that means you don't have any internal self worth. So that's a whole nother conversation. But I think the start of any great task is first believing it. But again, I agree with you. Why do you wear your hair so short in winter? Because I don't have hair. I can go live now. I'm so scared of trolls. I mean, they're annoying, but just you don't have to read everything. I feel like I'm going mad from intellectualizing my suffering. Uh, don't don't overthink don't overthink things. If you're overthinking things, return to the present. Does that make sense? Like a lot of times I stress myself out because I talk a lot, I think a lot, and like sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. Like you're blessed with a gift and a curse. You can philosophize things, you can think about things at a much deeper level than most people, but it can also work in your detriment because it's going to keep you fixated on a future state, a past state. why you're not where you want to be right now, the things around you that aren't going right for you. And if you could just return yourself to this moment and say, like, what can I do right now? Like, if you have an assignment and you're worried about something that's due next week, you can't be worried about what's due next week if you have to do something right now. You know what I mean? Like, focus on what you can fix today. Focus on what you can fix in this current moment. Don't focus on a future task. Only return to this moment. Think about, like, you know what? I can stress about this thing in a week, but if I just start working on it now, then in a week, it's gonna be a lot easier to get it finished. You know what I mean? It's like always doing things like that is gonna benefit you so much more. It's really difficult, and something you can get good at is meditating. Meditating is a really good way to get yourself out of these negative thought loops because it'll just return your mind to like a blank slate. You can also go on walks as well. A lot of people find meditating like very hard, especially because we've been bred since birth in the West to motion, motion, motion. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to do this. You need to do that. And um, like just finding a menial task to get your mind off things. So like if you're stressed out, clean your room. If you're stressed out, do the dishes. If you're stressed out, do chores around the house. Take out your trash. Do the things that you were pushing off, and then you're just gonna feel more relaxed, and then you're gonna be able to enter into whatever you were trying to do before. My bad. I lost a lot of chats. You need to get into your feelings more. No, your feel. I mean, feelings are just there. They're controlled by your thoughts. They're controlled by your perspective. So you can feel bad about something, but you could also feel the same good about it. I don't necessarily know what you're saying. Yeah, the room smells like a tilapia farm. How'd you know? That's weird. Can you smell through the phone? Yeah. I mean, you can also direct your feelings. Like, all jealousy is love that hasn't been expressed. Like, when you're worried about where your girlfriend's going, that just means that you want to be with her. That just means you want to spend time with her. That just means that in some way you wish you, like, told her that you loved her, that you're just worried about her safety. You know what I mean? It's like, if you say it in that way instead of being like, where are you? What are you doing? You know what I mean? It's like, we can find ways to express our emotions in different ways. You hear you don't want what? Go gay if you want to, Christina. I mean, you're saving a lot of men torment, so you're making a lot of men very happy. Yeah, discipline can overcome feelings. I think it's not a good thing to hide away from your feelings. I think it's a good thing to express them in a healthy manner. Like, I think in particular, like especially for young men, like they have like a repressed anger. And I mean, like you can look at the events of like the past few weeks of like all of the crazy shit going on with the insurance CEO. Like that's inexpressed anger. Like that could have been placed in a good place. That could have been placed in a healthy outlet. Could have been placed in a great project. It could have, you know, exposed some research or something. You know what I mean? Like, like nothing good comes from inexpressed anger. All that comes is violence. And it's like we have a certain passion to us that like we're not getting out. So it's like I think finding outlets for those emotions, finding outlets that are healthy and productive and not destructive is a big thing. I am not a serial killer. I'm literally Dexter, right? Those edits are so funny. I mean, I've strangled people, but that's because I trained jujitsu. It's not like. I feel like a lot of people are casting spells on me. I'm stuck in one place in life. Alright, you want to know a secret? You're casting spells on yourself. You're holding yourself down. Yeah, I'm crashing out right now. Yeah, it's usually all like if you think someone's doing something to you, it's probably you doing it to yourself. In all honesty, like we make our own demons, we make our own issues. Dude, unless you like crossed like a gypsy witch or something, I think you're fine. Yeah, I haven't seen Jessica in a while. I think you scared her away, Christina. I don't think she comes on the channel anymore. Thank you. Well, I assumed you came here to troll because you called me a serial killer instantly. That's usually a sign, but thanks. Yeah, I'm the thumb. Dude, you don't recognize me? That was literally me. I mean, okay, no one's like even the people that like talk about spells and witchcraft on all of these things, they're not strong enough to do that stuff. No one is spiritually inclined like they used to be. Maybe like a few hundred years ago, but like if you've watched TV, like if you've used toothpaste, like you're not in touch with your higher faculties. It just doesn't happen anymore. So don't worry about that kind of stuff. Like anyone that claims to be like a mystic, have like mystical powers, they probably don't. Like, and if they do, it's not strong enough to affect you on any level. You know what confirmation bias is? Yes, I do. Fruit Loops, thank you, Christina. Thank you for your input. Yeah, Hypnodio, how you been lately? I don't think I've seen you in a while. Everything good with you? Yeah, that is true. I mean, have you guys seen The Exorcist? Like they hold a cross and say the power of Christ compels you. That's a very powerful, I guess you call it a spell. That word holds a lot of power. You're a witch. You good for you. That's funny. What do they have to do to get cursed? They just have to like cut you off. Like, what's the procedure behind it? Explain. Yeah, I remember you saying that you've been working a lot. Hope all your projects clear up pretty soon. Hypnodia, what C.S. Lewis book should I read next? Well, like, is it like people you personally know, or just like you go in your yearbook? Like, what's the thing? I think we need to create a community. I already have a Discord. What do you mean? I have my school as well. Lots of room for growth. That's awesome. What's up, Pritep? Ready? Hope I said that right. How's it going? Did you end up hiring someone, or were you talking about that? What is a problem in the world you would consider very dire? I would have to say, um, good question. I think people are looking for solutions in other people, but the solution comes from yourself. Any problem that you're faced with, you can find a solution within yourself. That's the simple fact of it. Like, I mean, yeah, sure, we can strongman the argument and say like you can't do anything alone. You need the help of other people, but it's also like you need to find the strength in yourself to move forward. Not forcing other people to help you, but asking them to help you, bringing them along, uplifting everyone else. I think that's a big thing. You're I was just saying it in the sense of like thoughts are technically spells. Like if you think about what magic is, Manly P. Hall explains it as controlling external forces. So like your thoughts exist on the mental plane. They are fixed. They cannot be changed once they're thought. They're there, and then they impress into the world we see. They impress into your subconscious the ideas you hold about yourself. So like if you're believing other people are holding you back, like you're actually confirming that. You're actually putting that into your world. Even if it's just your self image, even if it's just your subconscious, like you're actively limiting yourself. So just drop all of this nonsense of like people are casting spells on me and literally just like focus on yourself. Just find what makes you happy, find fulfillment, find the things that are driving you to where you want to go. So making people more self-sufficient. Yeah, I think if everyone read Emerson, I think the world would be a great place. But people are they're becoming less and less of themselves. Jung calls it the ideation, no, the individualization process. And basically, what that means is people have to go out in the world and experience things. People have to go out there and fail and win and do all of these different tasks, find hobbies, find new jobs, you know, enter into relationships, do all these things to figure out who they are in context of society, in context of themselves, and what genuinely makes them happy. But most people just retreat into, you know, whatever TV show's on, whatever football game's on, fantasy football. Oh, that's my personality. Oh, I love watching the Kardashians. Oh, I love this, I love that. Where, you know what, like, I think we are really unique as individuals, and we need to embrace that uniqueness. That's the path to happiness. That's the path to fulfillment. Like, when I acted like everyone else, I was so unhappy. Now I do what makes me happy. Like, if I want to like play Pokemon, I'll play Pokemon. If I want to stream, I'll stream. If I want to read a book that's 400 years old and no one else knows the title of, I'm gonna do that. I don't do anything to please anyone else. I do it to please myself. Can you explain in depth somewhat the idea of you are not your thoughts but the observer? Trying to think what you mean by that. So your thoughts, they don't arise from your true self. Your true self is like ethereal. It's an entity. It's not attached to your physical body. It's housed in the mind, and your mind's housed in your body. And what our mind does is our mind collects patterns. Our mind sees this was done in this way. I can do it this exact same thing in this way. Whereas your true self, your higher self is the creative aspect of life. Like anything Tesla invented was not from his mind. It wasn't from any preconceived notion of anything. It wasn't from any pattern. It was from himself. It was from his higher self. And like the less thoughts you can have, the less ideas you can have, like the more you're going to be in tune with the forces of the universe, the creative forces. Some people call it God. That's what I like to consider God is, like our collective consciousness, our Christ consciousness, our higher faculties. That's what I believe God to be. But that is actively taken away when we fixate on these ideas. Even if they're positive ideas, it's not a good thing to have. It's not a good thing to have to reassure yourself. Like affirmations are good, but like at a certain point you're gonna be limited because you're being a robot about it. You're not being creative about it. Hope that makes sense. People watch TV shows to please themselves. I'm not saying that it's not something that you can do in your free time. I'm just saying like if that's the only thing you do, if your personality is that you're the guy that quotes movies that are 40 years old, like that's not a personality. You know what I mean? Like if that's something you genuinely find interesting, that can be a part of yourself. But if that's your whole self, that's a recipe for disaster. That's a recipe for never figuring out the things that truly make you happy. You know what I mean? Yeah, the creative in us is God. The Bible says time and time again the kingdom of heaven is within you. What do you think that's meaning? What do you think the birth of Christ is symbolic of? Virgin birth, what do you think that is? It's the creative elements of our mind. It's the idea that our brain can create thoughts that create reality without anything else. It's the primary creation. Creation's finished. That's the idea. That's the allegorical um, interpretation of Jesus. Yeah, I love just finding creativity throughout the day. I think that's one of the greatest things that you can do. Even if it's like drawing something, writing a little like a few lines of poetry, filming a video, writing a story. Like if you can find time for creativity throughout the day, that's gonna be a good day. What the short end of creation is, what can you consider? This stream is kind of creative. Like I'm in a flow state right now, but it's not like I'm not doing anything like crazy. I'm not doing anything super special. But like, I mean, there's varying degrees of creativity. There's like, you're writing a Shakespearean play, like stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like certain things require different elements. Certain things require different things. Like I'm not saying I'm reading off a script, but I'm not citing. I'm citing like half my own ideas, half of what I've read. So that's not really creative. I'm like kind of putting things together. Whereas if I don't have a take on something and you ask me a unique question and I give a unique answer, that's a different thing. No, I get what you're saying where you can make it your personality, but if that's the only thing, is that going to make you happy? I don't think it is. I think being a Marvel fan and you know what, doing other things is going to be great. If you have like 10 things, 15 things that make you who you are, that's a good thing. But if you only have one thing, that is not not good. Like if you rely on one thing for your happiness, if you rely on one thing for every source of joy in your life, I'm sorry, you're gonna be depressed. Like it's the same thing with toxic relationships. Like I mean, a relationship that you need the other person for happiness is never gonna work out. It's just never is. It's like a drug dealer. Are you conservative? I'm a libertarian. I mean, we need material things though. Like we're material, we're spiritual, we're mental beings. We need fulfillment in all of those realms. So to like disregard material things, I think that's a dangerous category because you don't want to become like a Buddhist monk. Like, um, I mean, if you want to be, go be it. But I think it's not necessarily great things. I rely on you, and you're right. I'm sorry that you only rely on me. I'm guessing that's sarcastic, but if it's not, yeah, just we just try new things. It's really the short end of the conversation. You read Freakonomics? No, I have not read your mom's autobiography. I'm sorry. Minimalism has served me well. Yeah, I think there's a certain like obviously you need the bare minimum, but if you can stick very close to that, I think that's a surefire way to feel good about yourself. Like Freakonomics. Similar to Rich Dad Poor Dad. Oh, I thought you were trolling me. My bad. I feel like an asshole now. I literally thought you were trolling me. I thought it was. I'll read it at some point. Oh yeah, most people. I mean, that's the issue with most people. Most people will never really understand that like money isn't everything. Material things isn't everything. Like to a certain degree, you need material things to have sustenance to be happy. But I mean, once it becomes an excess, then you're laying the groundwork to be unhappy because you buy a brand new car, maybe it's 2 3 years old. You see the brand new model right next to you, and now that car is not nice anymore. Now you're like, wow, what does that guy do? Why does that guy have that car? Why don't I have that car? It's just, it's a, yeah, it's a surefire way to feel unsatisfied. You're so cute. Thank you, Tenzin. Reading the Holy Bible, yeah, that's a really good book for. Honestly, it's a good book for anything. There's a lot of wisdom in there. There's a lot of layers to that book. It's good. As long as it's good for life. I'm gonna read the Quran at some point. I don't think I'll convert, but I respect the religion. I respect every religion. Every religion is good in it. Um, but yeah, if it makes people better, then there's something behind it. It's a belief I hold. No, I agree with you. If your IQ's low, maybe it'll make you happy by watching TV. I'm just think I like. Do you get what I'm saying? Where like I think people are forcing themselves to fit a mold, to fit like what popular things are, and they're not looking for maybe something that would make them happier. You get what I'm saying? That's really what I'm trying to say. I agree that like, dude, by all means, if you like Marvel, if you want to go collect all that shit, like, good, do that. But I think there's more than just that. Like you're gonna need something else than just doing that. I think you gotta find fulfillment in work. You gotta find fulfillment in family. Like I think people are not checking all the boxes off in their lives. There's something that's not being met. Only the beauty of the mundane is the type which can never fade. That's a pretty good saying. That enters determinism, black hole depression. I'm not converting. I'm just trying to be respectful. Why people saying I'm converting? Yeah, I think we all gotta um, find it. You know what I mean? It's like, what's up, Jack? How's everything? So I need an editor. Uh, maybe. Are you in my Discord? Just DM me if you're in my Discord. We'll talk about it. The thing about editors is, like, I could get one, but I also could just spend more time filming videos and streaming. That's the thing. Yeah, message me in my Discord. We'll talk. Um, like I'm open to it, but I'm not gonna like. I don't know if it'll be an everyday thing. I think like I have some projects I want to get done, and I think it would be easier. Like I could, I mean, technically I could edit them myself, but it's not gonna look good. So yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk. I got a few things that I want to do. Where you from? I'm from the U.S. I'm gonna use my mind to benefit. I mean, Emerson said it best. Man becomes what he thinks about all day. What are your thoughts on the daily composed of? Are you thinking about why you can't do something, or are you thinking about ways to do something? I think just understanding that your mind holds the answer and using it as a creative force instead of a destructive force. Again, these aren't easy things to do. It takes a lot of meditation. It takes a lot of settling yourself down, remaining in the present moment. Like, it's not something that you can necessarily use every single day, but just understand that, like, if you think about something long and hard enough, like, you're gonna come up with the idea. So just start seeing yourself in the end state. Start seeing yourself having already accomplished it. And that's the first thing you need to do. When you believe that you're worthy of something, then you're going to start thinking from somebody who's already a millionaire, thinking of somebody who already has a successful business. I don't know what your dreams are, I don't know what your problems are, but I mean, it can't hurt to think from the perspective of someone who's already done it. You get what I'm saying? No, I did not listen to the hardcore history episode. I've been super lazy the past few days. I like finished a few like I had a few things to do, and like I was stressed out about them for like a month, and I just finished them, and I took like 2 days off from stuff. But yeah, I hope that helped, Kevin. Let me know if it doesn't. I can explain more. But also, what I want you to start doing is, before you fall asleep, I want you to imagine yourself having already accomplished what you want to accomplish. That's really the easiest way to start using your mind as a constructive force, because I mean, throughout the day we're bombarded with all these influences. The only time we can fixate on an idea for hours upon end is when we fall asleep in it. That's really the secret. Feeling is the secret. Feel yourself in that end state. Consider doing content similar to yours. I mean, just start, man. That's all I can say. Like, your first video is not gonna be good. First 1,000 videos might not be good. I'm still not that good at making videos. Um, but yeah, you get better every time. So like, just just know that you're gonna fail. Just know that it's not gonna happen as quick as you think, and just be okay with that. Just be okay with the process of growing and getting better and better and better and better. I think that's the best advice I can give. And also just like, I mean, it's just consistency, fitting it into your schedule, like finding time for it. Really, just focus on that. I think. Stuff that's better or worse. I mean, again, I'm not the person to ask because I don't like chase like. There's things I can do that will push me more in the algorithm, but I want to be myself more. I want to be more of an authentic person. I think in the long run that's going to benefit me. So it's like, don't like posting shorts you can do, but it's not going to attract the same kind of people that are going to come back for long form videos. Think about watch time. Think about getting people who genuinely care about you. Like, you're not going to get that from shorts. You're not going to get that from gimmicky things. So like, really just be authentic, really just be yourself, and that's the greatest thing. On top of that, like if you're gonna review books that maybe you don't like, maybe you don't particularly enjoy, but it's a really popular book. Like a book I'm gonna pick up pretty soon is Jordan Peterson's book. He just released a new one. I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not, but I know it's gonna get a lot of views because it's Jordan Peterson. So like, think of things like that. Like, find a way to weave your name in with a popular idea. Like, I'm trying to think what I've done recently. Like, I did a series on how to win friends and influence people. I did like 10 videos on that. It's one of the most popular books that's ever been written. You know what I mean? Especially for self-improvement, self-development kind of space. Like, that's a very good book to review. So think about things like that. I want to invent things. I have a lot of songs that's worth from the script I had. Yeah, just imagine yourself having succeeded, man. That's really the thing I want you to do. Just start imagining yourself as you're falling asleep, accomplishing all your dreams. Start living in the end. Start feeling that, and you're gonna actively start changing your self perception. Because right now it seems like you have a really limiting self beliefs. Like you really limit yourself. You're saying that people are doing things to you. People are holding you back. Like, the truth is, you're holding yourself back. No one could hold you back more than you could hold back yourself. You're your own worst enemy. We all are. We all have so much potential inside of us, and we all just scratch the surface. Even the most successful people who ever lived could have done so much more if they could have just denied all denial, denied all of their limiting beliefs. If they could just push through and be positive, 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 imagine what Tesla would have done. Imagine what Edison would have done. Imagine what Einstein would have done. But they all had moments of doubt. So just understand that. Understand we all scratch the surface, even the most successful people, and just push forward. Where are you from? I'm from the U.S. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking it wasn't gonna be. I don't think it was gonna be like anything that I haven't studied, but it might be an interesting perspective. Don't do it, you'll regret it. I mean, I already reviewed one of his books. What are your limiting beliefs? I think we all have limiting beliefs. Sometimes, like, when I post a video I try really hard on and it doesn't get views right away, I'm like, oh my God, this is never going to work out. Like, things like that, you know what I mean? Just like, it just happens. It's just natural. Like, you're not going to be able to get rid of these thoughts, but it's just how much credit you give them. Like, I used to fixate on these ideas and they would go on for days and weeks and months, but now if I have a negative thought, like, it might be in my mind for 10 minutes, but then I'll just snap out of it and be like, dude, what are you doing to yourself? Like, dude, it's been 10 minutes and you got a few views. Like, it's not a big deal. You know what I mean? It's like you can always like just minimize those doubts. You can always find a way to take yourself out of that idea and put yourself in a positive state. What's good, Mega Sam's? My bad. I didn't even realize. I'll time him out. What are my chances of beating you in a spar? Probably not good. Like, you know, I'm 6'6". Like, it's probably not good. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. How you feel right now? I feel pretty good. Nothing to complain about. Everything's going right for me. Got a lot of less stress going on right now, so I can't complain. Always cool tuning in, enjoying the rest of your stream. Yeah. Thank you. Soon enjoying the most. Yeah, have a good night or day. I don't know where it is. I don't know where you are. Yeah, that's the only reason I say it. It's like I'm kind of big. Like I don't know. Like some people can deal with that size difference. Some people can't. Like if you can get in close to me, it's really hard to. It's really hard for me to throw hooks. It's really hard for me to hit people from the inside, maybe knees. But yeah, if you can get past my jab and all my other weapons, then maybe. But I think it's a tall order. But also, if you've trained for 20 fucking years, like I don't know, you know what I mean? It's like there's all these factors that go into it. I'm not standing up. I'm too lazy. Thank you. I feel more optimistic. That's good. That's good. Yeah, really just understand that like when you're thinking negative, you can also think positive. Like there's no experience, there's no setback, there's no anything in this world that doesn't have a positive and negative. Just always remember that. Emerson said that there's a law of compensation, which means when one opportunity shuts the door, another opportunity opens the door. So there's no such thing as bad, and only fixate on the good, only focus on the good. That's all you got to do. Ceiling fans are your enemy. They really are, dude. Yeah, I literally eat off the top of the fridge. How'd you know that? Leave it to Hypnotio to have the dad jokes. I expect no less. I haven't seen him in weeks now, and he hasn't missed a beat. Classic Hypnotio. Some things never change under the sun, right? You know, some things will always be the same. I don't know what that is, but sure. Whatever you think I'm doing, I'm doing. Just go off that. Whenever you're being creative, you're gonna be called crazy for a long time. I mean, people thought Picasso was crazy. People thought Da Vinci was crazy. Like, creativity is just not fearing other people's expectations of you. Just know that. Well, okay. I mean, I don't know you well enough to say. Probably are. Probably just overthinking things. But it's also like people are gonna doubt you until it works. Like something you're just gonna face is, especially if you start making content, is like people are just gonna be like, "Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?" And like they're only gonna believe you the moment you start making progress. But there's gonna be a time where you're the only person that believes in yourself. Is anyone ever really okay? I mean, I think so. I think you could be okay. It's like a sliding scale. I'm usually very happy. Sometimes, like 10% of the time, I'll be a little anxious, a little stressed out, but that's really the extent of what happens to me. What's up, Egghead? I don't know. Yeah, you got me there. Yeah, there's definitely like an ego challenge. I mean, it's just most people aren't willing to step outside the chains of what the norms are. So I think it's like a sign that you have a strong sense of self, a strong self image. But yeah, I think I'm gonna head out. Thank you guys for joining the stream. Pretty fun stream today. Had a good time. Had a bunch of good conversations, and yeah, we'll do it a similar time tomorrow. Peace out. Catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for joining.